Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In just a little while we'll be breaking down everything that happened at Kansas, from the win from Bubba Wallace and playoff drivers continuing to struggle like crazy. That's coming up. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. First of maybe 3 this week, I'm thinking more like 2. Kyle Busch is scheduled to make an announcement tomorrow, and so we will be here to react to that announcement, obviously. But in the meantime, we're here now to talk about NASCAR at Kansas, obviously a Tuesday night video. Sorry for that, but where do we start with today's video? Where do we begin to discuss? And I think I guess let's start by talking about Bubba Wallace. All of the Bubba Wallace haters out there are trying to find any which way to make this win not count for Bubba. Obviously, Bubba Wallace is a very polarizing guy in NASCAR, so he's obviously going to get a lot of people saying that this win doesn't count, blah, this doesn't matter, he cheated somehow. I don't know. That's basically what's going to end up happening, and it has already started to happen. But anyway, and a lot of people are going to the 45 car, that Bubba Wallace could only win because he's in Kurt Busch's equipment in the 45 car. And let's be honest here with each other. The 45 car is basically the only difference is the number. It's the same. It's the 23 car with a different sticker on the side of it. The team is basically the same. The crew chief is exactly the same. The pit crew obviously has been going through changes all throughout the season, even with 2311. The driver is the same. The car is the same. The only difference is the number. So Bubba Wallace is 100% deserving of this win. I don't know how many of you are going to argue that it's because he was in the 45 car. Blah, blah, blah. It's not it at all. I mean, it's the same exact car, the same exact driver, and you got to give credit where credit is due. Bubba Wallace ran a very good race today and was able to make himself go to victory lane because of that. I thought he ran a very well race. I thought he did everything he needed to do to go to victory lane today. Sure, it got tight there at the end with his owner, Denny Hamlin, but a part of me thinks Denny Hamlin's in a pretty good points position. Was Denny Hamlin really going to try to pass Bubba Wallace there? I don't really think he was. So that's kind of where I stand on that one. I don't think Bubba was going to get passed by the teammate Denny Hamlin. Other people might be saying, well, why does this win even matter? And I think there's really two reasons why this win matters and the significance of this win. Obviously, it has no playoff implications for what we're looking at, but that 45 car might not be eligible for the Drivers' Championship, but it is still eligible for Owners' Championship. So with this win, it gets 5 extra bonus points, automatically advances to the next round. So that 45 car automatically gets an advance in Owners' points, so that is a big deal. As much as we might be sitting here going, why do I care? The 45 car won. It wasn't a playoff driver. It doesn't really matter. It does matter towards owner points, and it does keep the 45 car moving in a further direction. The second reason why I think this win really does matter is because Bubba Wallace has been sneaky good these last couple weeks, and I think he deserves a win. Now, his Talladega win, I really don't count. It was a rain win. I know they're going to count it in the books as his first career win, but it was a rain win. I don't count rain wins for anybody. I don't think that should, I mean, I know it's a win, but I don't count it technically. I know it's technically a win, but in my mind, I don't count it. This was a real win, and I think that that's great for Bubba to have a win that finished under green under his belt. Because just having that rain delay win on your resume, I mean, if I was a driver, I wouldn't just want a rain delay win to be the only thing I have. So I'm glad that he's able to now throw this on there. And top 10s, he's been more consistent than most of the playoff drivers as of late. If he was able to pull through and win one of these races in the regular season, I can imagine where he would be points-wise right now. So he's been able to pull through, and like I said, he's been very, very consistent, sneaky consistent as of late, and has done a brilliant job and put himself into victory lane. So great job for Bubba Wallace. Let's take a look at the finishing results here and talk a little bit about more playoff drivers struggling. And let's first, again, Bubba Wallace wins, puts himself in Owners' Championship, second ever win for Bubba Wallace, and that is a huge win for him and his team. And for the 45 car, Bubba Wallace is the guy. Think about 2311 and their decision to move him up and take that 45 car, and they're trusting Bubba Wallace to hopefully win them an Owners' Championship. Right now, it's looking like a great decision. Behind him, playoff driver Denny Hamlin is in a great points position, as I mentioned. He was closing in on Bubba Wallace, and he's running very good. Toyotas ran well all day. So you can see Toyotas are 1, 2, 3, and then there's 4 Toyotas in the top 5 today. So that's really great to see Denny Hamlin there. Right behind him, Christopher Bell had an excellent day. He almost maxed out on points today. He won stage 1, I want to say. Maybe it was second or third in stage 2 and third in the final. Amazing job by Christopher Bell and his team. They're basically locked in unless something goes extremely terrible for them at Bristol. And Christopher Bell and his team continue to put themselves. I think I have them going to the round of 8. I mean, in my predictions, because they are a sneaky team and people have talked about them. They are a sneaky championship contender. They're a sneaky contender. Props to Alex Bowman. I think we've been hard on Alex Bowman on this show, especially in a predictions video, and his Hendrick teammate Byron, who finished 4th and 6th. We've been hard on both of those guys, and they finally seem to find something as of late. Hopefully they can keep it rolling here, but right now I think they found something in their equipment, and they're running decent. Martin Truex Jr. finished in 5th. Too bad he's not in a playoff car. He's had 2 weeks of pretty good runs. Obviously, last week he blew an engine, but this week ran very well. Ross Chastain finished in 7th today. Another playoff driver with a decent run. Moves himself up in the playoff standings. So does Larson. Right down there is another playoff driver, Ryan Blaney. Runs very well today. Daniel Suarez as well, top 10. Chase Elliott had another one of those tough days for Chase Elliott. Even though he finished 11th and climbs himself up a little bit in the point standings, another tough day for him. Cindric, top 15. That's a big finish for him. Chase Briscoe as well, another playoff driver, finishing top 15. Austin Dillon, big finish for him. He actually gains a point in the point standings as we will look. All right, playoff drivers outside of the top 15. Some of these guys having big struggles. Shoyla got on 17th. He just didn't run well, but he finished, so that is a plus for him. Further down, Kyle Busch in 26th. Started the race off pretty bad, but something seemed to happen in the car. It started to turn on. Kyle was running good up front, and he spun himself out. And this is 2 weeks in a row where the 18 team should have had a better finish than they had. They should be into the next round. Now they're below the cut line in a position where I would say is looking like a need to win situation going into next week for Kyle Busch and his team. They finished 26th. Man, that's not very good. Another driver, let's look, who had a really rough day. Tyler Reddick crashed in that 8 car. He puts himself in a better situation than Kyle Busch, but not a great one. And in dead last today is Kevin Harvick. 2 weeks in a row. Last week was no fault of his own. NASCAR tried to change rule changes. This week, his fault. Tyler Reddick comes up. He's got nowhere to go. He crashes into the wall. And what you going to do? Right? What you going to do? He crashes into the wall. He's out of the race. And now he finds himself, I would say, in a must-win situation going into next weekend. But, all right, here we go. So as we take a look at the point standings, only one driver is locked in, and it's not on wins. Christopher Bell, according to NBC and USA Network, is locked into the next round of the playoffs. So he is in yellow on my board because he's locked in. He didn't win a race, but he's locked in on points. William Byron Absolutely. Like this. Byron as well, 48 points. Unless something goes haywire, he's going to win the race. Unless he finishes dead last, he's going to make it to the next round. And Bell as well, 58 points. Hamlin, these guys are all looking really good from all the way down. But let's look at some more interesting guys down here. 35 points out is Kevin Harvick. Now, I said must win. He's not necessarily there yet. He still has a chance to point his way in. But 4 drivers that are down here right now get cut. 35 points out. He could definitely get some of these guys, pick off some of these guys. He's not necessarily needs to win, but he needs to have a heck of a good run. Chase Briscoe, I'm feeling like it's the end of the road for Briscoe. I mean, 9 points out. He doesn't need to win, like I said, but what has he shown to us, especially at Bristol? What has he shown to us speed-wise? Not much. Austin Dillon, he gained a point. Good for him. He needs 3 more. I don't see it happening, unfortunately, for the Chase Elliott fans. Kyle Busch, 2 points out. Bristol is his best track. But with all these errors and all of this, I don't like putting Bristol as the main track because Kyle Busch has had struggles at Bristol before. And sure, any version of Bristol is Kyle Busch's best track. He won here earlier, even though it was in the dirt. I don't know. Maybe he can pull something off. Guy like Austin Cindric's right there on the bubble too. 2 points out. He is another guy I'm worried about, along with Tyler Reddick. 2 points to the good. I'm worried about him. And Daniel Suarez, too. I'm worried about those guys. With, Daniel Suarez did ring well at Bristol. I think he'll make it through. But those other 2 guys, Cindric and Reddick right now, Reddick is a lot of people's championship picks. Not mine, but I have him going pretty decently to the next round. So keep your eyes out for that one. All right, that is your playoff picture. Those are your results. We talked about the playoff driver struggles. I don't know why this continues to happen. We can keep seeing playoff drivers crash or playoff drivers have problems. These guys are supposed to be the best of the best, the class of the field, the ones that will go out and win a championship. And it seems to me like they're having the hardest time even getting to the point of even being able in the consideration for a championship. Some guys are doing better than others, but all these playoff drivers seem in the last 2 weeks, at least I think almost every playoff driver has had something go wrong for them this year. All right, and that adds to the score of this race. Let's go to hit the gas or hit the brakes. I am feeling really good about today's race and the action that happened on track. It was obviously very entertaining. I really enjoyed it. And now racing for the lead was extremely difficult. It was hard to pass for the lead. It was hard to get that down. Obviously, at a track like this, it normally is kind of tough to pass for the lead. Besides that, I had no problems with this race. There was plenty of action in the mid-pack. There was plenty of playoff drama. And going into Bristol, my favorite track, Concrete Bristol, going there next weekend with a cutoff race, huge playoff implications, huge playoff stuff on the line. If I'm a playoff driver, I'm feeling nervous, very nervous. Any playoff driver, unless you're Christopher Bell, I'm nervous going into next week. So that should add for a good one. Anyway, I'm going to give this race a B+. I thought it was a solid race, and it deserves a B+ in my book. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button for me. Tell your friends about the channel. Maybe they'll subscribe. And besides that, I will see you tomorrow with Kyle Busch's major announcement. We'll break it all down for you on the Pedal. Until then, peace out.